Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-hosts Arm and Dan. Benders, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population Craig. Nate Craig, welcome to the show.
I almost wanted to chant Dumb People Town with you, but I didn't want to Dumb People Town. Dub that. Edit that back in.
No, you're edited. Yeah,
you're edited in. You sound great. You are one of our favorite guests. You are one of the few people who have repeated. We're lucky to have you on. You have a new comedy special, which is out and available.
You're also still supposed to teach me how to play hockey, but you know what? Let's get to the positive things.
I'll do all of that.
Yeah.
I'll do all of the above.
We'll get to talking about.
All I can say is we've been on the road with Nate Craig, certainly before this pandemic, and this special reflects some of the material that we have gotten to see.
It is so strong. It is so good.
Preferred customer, correct?
We'll talk about it. Not right now.
Customer, all things comedy. We'll get to it eventually.
We'll get to it in the break. After the break, we'll get to it. But one of my favorite things is your analysis of stupid behavior. We've talked about it at length.
I have much experience.
You have much experience. We have all done stupid things, but I think it's time we break down a story of the four of us together. You ready, Nate?
Fire.
Let's do it.
This was sent in by Jason Bullitt. Funny that you said fire.
Bullitt.
At IBJB. That is EYEBEEJAYBEE.
IBJB
from Jason Bullitt.
It's a beeba doobie.
He sent me this story just like all of you can if you're listening to my voice. Go hashtag Dumb People Town at Daniel Van Kirk.
All right.
Only on Twitter. This comes from News 10 in New York. Latham, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Cahoes? That's a place, I guess.
Cahoes?
Man.
And
just outside of Latham.
It is Cobros before Cahos.
It is
that is the ruling.
before
Co-hos before co-bros.
Co-bros.
Right.
Cahoes man arrested after reportedly robbing Dunkin' Donuts multiple times. Like, I don't know if it's seasonal for him.
It's like
or
the pumpkin spice latte. It comes back every fall.
Maybe it's passed down through generations.
I get Dunkin'. I get loving Dunkin'.
So there was a while where I thought Duncan was spelled Duncan. It was like his name is Duncan, like Duncan Tressel.
Or
Duncan,
the guy from the Fox show Rock. Wasn't his name something
Duncan?
Timothy?
Charles Dutton.
Yeah,
Charles
it's
Dutton.
not Duncan, it's a Dutton.
Because we did a bit on Cheap Seats where we were talking about, it was, okay, this is the ridiculous thing about Cheap Seats. This is how deeply we went into one thing. There was
a thing of like dune buggies driving up over rocks, and the dumb graphics on the show. It was like driving up the side of like a mountain, a boulder on rocks. And they said, okay, now they were going to meet the competitors, and they called it Rock Talk. Which this reminds us of our old radio call-in talk show, TV and public access talk show we used to have in the 90s called Rock Talk. And then we cut to like a black curtain, and Jason and I, we don't smoke.
We're both smoking.
We're both smoking cigarettes. Even
we're like, hi, welcome to Rock Talk. You're on. And someone's like,
yeah, I just want to know the differences between igneous and sedimentary.
Nope, sorry, that's rocks. That's rocks talk. That's not us.
And our Rock Talk was about just a talk show about the police comedy with Charles Dutton.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what you guys thought the best Rush album was.
No, that's actually classic Rock Talk. That's a different thing.
But thank you for the call. Thank you. Next caller.
Just quick question about Dwayne Johnson.
No.
Is it Johnson or Johnston? No, that's a different.
That's the Rock Talk.
The Rock Talk.
We are not.
Yeah, I just wanted to know which member of the classic American familiar structure was the centerpiece of maybe the most stable member of an American family?
That is the Rock.
Who is the Rock?
Who is the Rock and Redeemer?
I'm just calling in to talk about investment firms. I've heard a lot about Prudential.
Nope, that's it's a different Rock, but anyway.
There's a Bob Seger song. Nope, that's like a Rock talk, and we're not.
The lines are full on that show.
Guys, the lines are
lines
all lit
are
up.
jammed.
It's just our frustration smoking in this thing. But I'm going to say I love Dunkin', and I will say this about Dunkin' Donuts. I get why you'd want to rip that place off. I don't want anyone to rip it off, but I'm just saying it's
What do you go to? What do you like there?
my kids who have been like crazy during this whole pandemic. I said to them one morning, I was like, all right, get in the car. We're going to Dunkin' Donuts. And it literally cost me $8. I bought my children's happiness for 2 days. One trip to Dunkin' Donuts, 2 days of happiness. That's unparalleled.
The last time I lived in Chicago, I would get off the train at Merchandise Mart, then walk through the Merchandise Mart to the company that I worked for. It was a website company that like runs the site for Pizza Hut.
Dan, you have done more jobs. Dan's like, I work for a website company that ran the site for Pizza. Then I worked in loss prevention in Marshall.
Federal agent. I was a grave digger. I worked at a tanning salon. I worked at the Cubby Bear across from Wrigley.
When I was an elephant trainer in Taiwan,
I was a character. I escorted characters at Universal Studios.
Dan,
when I did promotions at the Taj Mahal, I ran bar mitzvahs at the Taj Mahal.
That's unbelievable.
But I would walk through the Merchandise Mart, and every morning I would stop and get a croissant breakfast sandwich, and I could not figure out why I was not losing weight.
A croissant sandwich. They are.
But in Chicago, you're like, I didn't eat too bad. I had nothing. I
just had one croissant sandwich.
Yeah, nothing fried. I'm like, I'm trying. I'm
just had a stick of butter and
Chicago,
loaf of bread.
Yeah, I'm Chicago trying.
I got an apple fritter the last time I was in there, and I was like,
it's
Jesus.
2,000 calories. Yeah, but those are Chicago calories.
Chicago calories. They just pop out.
Oh, I remember when I was Chicago good looking.
All right, Dan, come on.
You don't know. Nate knows.
Look at you right. I know you're a piece of ass in front of me right now.
Yeah, but I used to be able to just be Chicago good looking, and that was a much happier life.
That took no work.
It took some work. You had to go with the croissant.
Dan, the only work it took, it's like Dan, to look good in Chicago means you just have to say yes whenever you want. To look good in LA means you got to say no all the time.
To look good in Chicago means that every once in a while you take the stairs. Am I wrong, Nate? That's people like, I took the stairs today. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm like, that's it.
I think I worked off half a croissant.
Yeah.
Your mustache goatee combo is a fucking three-piece suit in Chicago.
Is brilliant.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
All right. So
here we go.
So he ripped it off multiple times.
Now it says Cohoes, man. But then in the article it says Colony police have arrested Austin Lopez of Cohoes, a lot of great names over here in this part of Latham.
Figure out where everybody's from.
For reportedly robbing a Dunkin' store multiple times in the month of March.
Jeez.
Colony police say that they took a report from a Dunkin' store located at 890 Loudon Road.
He went in like a lion and came out like a fat lamb.
That's
March.
That how many burglaries had reportedly taken place in the month of March from one person.
Nate, what do you think?
Nate, you are our guest. You can go first. You can go Tig. You can go third. How many times do you think this Cohoes bro hit the Dunkin' in the month of March?
I have questions. I can put a number on it, but I have questions. What constitutes a robbery in Cohoes? Are we talking about like did he rob 5 donuts, or are we going into the register for this?
Right. That's a great question.
Also, is Colony, and I don't want to do this to you, Dan, but is Colony spelled colony?
Dude, it's COLONIE.
That's not colony.
That's not colony.
Also, I'm wondering how many people are like, it's Cohoes. It's not Cohoes. It's Cohoes.
Yes.
It could be Colony. I don't even know.
There's nothing that people like more than hate you for mispronouncing their
I love when people yell at me for saying a proper noun wrong that I've never seen or heard.
That's right.
Like they're like deeply offended. Like, how did you not know that word you've never seen before is said like this?
Dan, there are so many French names of streets in St. Louis that are
purposely mispronounced by St. Louis. And so
we grew up in
Yeah, you guys grew up in
Creve Coeur,
Creve Coeur,
which should be Creve Coeur.
How about Gravois? What do you think that is?
Spell it again.
Gravois. How do you pronounce it?
That's French.
Gravois.
That's
Gravois. What do you think it should be?
Gravios.
Nope. It's called Gravois.
Shut
Oh
up.
man.
Gravois.
That's an F you to the French.
That is just.
Do you remember in Tremors when the Asian shop owner tries to name the monster Graboids?
Well, they were doing it.
I called them Graboids, and he's like sending in his picture to the paper. Graboids.
How many times did he hit this place? However you made it. You know, it might be stealing donuts. It might be grabbing this. You never know.
I say he hit it. He can't hit it more than 3 times.
Okay, Jay, what do you think?
5 times.
I think he did it 13 times.
13 times.
Yep.
Jeez.
How many
Half
did you
the
say,
month.
Jay?
5.
5. And you said 3, right?
Yeah.
Nick? We will find out right after this short break.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Guys, I want to talk to you about something that's super important, your mental health. We know that right now everyone has a general level of anxiety in their world, and now added on top of that is the world anxiety, the world of anxiety that has been placed on all of our shoulders because of this pandemic, whether it be economic issues, whether it be social issues, whether it be general anxiety stuff that we all feel. We're building. All you have to do is scroll through your phone and you can start to feel that anxiety. And whether you're in a house that is making you more anxious or you're quarantining alone and that loneliness is very difficult, we want to make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves. And that's why I love that we have this sponsor, Talkspace. They're amazing. They're an online therapy and they are more committed than ever to expanding access for anyone who is struggling right now. With Talkspace, you get the support of a licensed therapist from the safety of your own home and can reach out from your device whenever something is on your mind. You can send a therapist text, audio, picture, or video messages from your phone or computer 24/7 as thousands of licensed therapists are there to help you out. They'll match you with one that can. And look, I know my wife's practice has grown in the time of this pandemic, mainly because people are needing that connection and needing that outlet and needing that resource. I love Talkspace because they have thousands of licensed therapists trained in over 40 specialties, including the ones that are the most important right now: anxiety, depression, relationship issues, the things that keep you up at night. They're going to help you out. Once you're matched, you can begin your therapy the exact same day. This is really good. So in honor of Mental Health Month, Talkspace is online therapy committed to fostering a global community. They get it. Here's the bottom line. You deserve support. You deserve not to have to struggle anymore on your own. Your Talkspace therapist can be your dedicated support system, there to make you feel healthier. That's right. And more empowered even in these uncertain times. As a listener of our podcast, you get $100 off your first month of Talkspace. To match with your perfect therapist, go to Talkspace.com or download the app. Make sure you use the code SCLAR. It gets you $100 off and lets them know that we sent you there. That's SCLAR at Talkspace.com.
Hey guys, Randy and Jason here, and whether you're working from home or working on your fitness, you want what you're listening to be what you're listening to. You don't want to catch like glimpses and little snitbits of like what
snitbits,
you know, what I'm tidbits of what your kids are listening to or anyone else. Everyone needs a great pair of wireless earbuds, but before you go dropping hundreds of bucks on a pair, you need to check out the wireless earbuds from Raycon. They're amazing. I've got my Raycon earbuds. They cancel out everything. Raycon earbuds start for about a half price of the other ones, premium wireless earbuds on the market. And they sound just as amazing as the top audio brands. You know, the newest model, the everyday E25 earbuds are their best ones yet. Jay, I love these so much.
I'm using it nonstop, Brad.
6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth playing, more bass, more compact design, gives you a nice noise isolating fit.
I like that if you have one of them in, you can just use one of them.
They're stylish and discreet. I love these so much. Now's the time to get a pair of the latest and the greatest from Raycon. Get 15% off your order by raycon.com. /Starburns. That's by BUI Raycon.com, RAYCON.com /Starburns for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. I love these earbuds so much. I know you do too.
I'm all about them, man. They're my reach. You know what you feel when you reach for them, and that's the thing you reach for. And that's my hike. Those are my hike earbuds.
Those are my walking earbuds. By BUI RAYCON.com /Starburns for 15% off.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. We got Nate Craig with us.
We do.
You have an amazing new special. I know people right now are locked into their houses or they're around a lot. They are looking for new entertainment. Please tell them how they can find your new special, support you on this, and we will tell you all these people ahead of time that
preferred customer.
It will blow you away. All Things Comedy.
Preferred customer, you can find it at allthingscomedy.com or the All Things Comedy YouTube channel. It's ridiculous. Taped it at Dynasty Typewriter right here in Los Angeles.
Looks great, by the way. Looks amazing.
Thank you. I wore a suit and everything.
You look great.
It was fun. The crowd was awesome. It's ridiculous and dumb, but there's also some political bits that I feel like screaming from the roof of my house these days.
I mean,
so I try to check all the boxes.
You know what I love, and this is what we really got to kind of enjoy getting to work, weeks with you and whatnot, is that there's so much in your bits, and you take your time. I would show people your special who want to get into comedy and say, this is where you need to get to, where you understand that your bit is good. You're not going to press the audience like you're screaming at them to a point where they can't. You're trying to beat the bit into them. Mm-hmm. And you have an amazing way, I will say, after I'm thinking about your sets in Cleveland, where you make it seem like you are coming up with the idea on the spot. You are finding the words as you say them. And
it's good acting.
It's just great. The crowd loved it, and we got to follow you every night. There's a great moment where when you follow someone who's great and you bring them with you on the road, and Nate, I will say you are great and this set is great, where we stand in the back and we're like, shit, we can't follow this. Then we walk on stage, and the first things we do start to do really, really well. And we realize not only can we follow it, we are lucky to follow it because he just set the table for the rest of our set in the same style of comedy that we like. He just challenged the audience in certain ways. He went with a, smart and edgy and subversive set. It all sets us up perfectly.
What was it exactly what you wanted it to be after you filmed? You obviously filmed it probably a couple of times, right?
No, as one set. I mean, I was only going to tape an album, and then it was only the week of that the theater was like, "Hey, we're rigged to shoot if you want." And so that was kind of pretty right up close to the taping. So, but yeah, I was like, all right, well then the one thing I wouldn't do again is I made because it was only one set.
Yeah.
I made the crowd had to sit there for like 75 minutes. So I could get all my bits in. But I that's the advantage of doing two shows. And you can piece it together and stuff. You guys know.
Yeah, I think that's fine. 75 minutes is that
funny.
Long.
That's not that long.
And can people they can buy the album, correct?
You can buy the album, yeah. But I mean, it's in this day and age, the traffic on something, and that I'm all set up on all streaming, all your preferred streaming sources. So if you make sure you want to support comedians, click on their links and comment and like and post and subscribe, just like you do to these guys, and enjoy it, and maybe occasionally watch a commercial. That's how stuff gets monetized on YouTube.
And you've been breaking up little pieces and putting them on your Instagram, which I've noticed and love. So if anyone wants to get a flavor for what it is, follow Nate Craig.
Nate Craig Live.
Nate Craig Live on Instagram, Nate Craig Live on TikTok, boys, and
Graboys.
and Hype Man on Twitter. All things comedy chopped up a bunch of clips, and so
they did a great job.
Of those.
Yeah, I love that they're putting it on their thing too, because their thing gets a lot of traffic too. So anyway, much success, man. All right, so when we ended this thing, where were we at?
How many times do you think
this guy
Austin Lopez? From co-host, Colony Police in Latham, New York.
Yep.
How many times he hit it? Nate said 3.
If Nancy Lopez is A.Lo, is this guy A.Lo?
A.Lo.
So that's so he said 3, you said 5, I said 13.
Okay. I can't believe they would let. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. The amount of times that he hit up Dunkin, robbed them of money,
robbed them
in the month of March is 7 times.
Wow. I was
closest.
More than both of you. Jay's closest.
It's like twice a week.
But here's the thing. That's this March, correct?
Yes.
So this is like I'm assuming all those things didn't happen at the beginning of March. They probably happened over the course of March.
Right.
So now, as you get towards the end of March, I'm assuming there's lower traffic at the Dunkin' Donuts.
I don't know. Maybe not. There's still people at Dunkin'.
The crimes were committed on
There's still cops at Dunkin' Donuts. I don't want to shop and stereotype, but what is happening? Where is Barney Fife? What?
Where is just one person to go, knock that off? Yeah. Hey, come on. You were in here 2 days ago. Stop it.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
Larry, is that you? I mean, it's the classic scenario. Like,
if I'm working there, by the fifth time, I'm like, do you just want a job? Because you come in here more than I do.
Yeah. Jesus. Listen, while you're here,
they'll give you money for just being here.
While you steal those donut holes, just finish up some of my side work. Just sweep up in the corner. Take this mop into the men's room. Rearrange the coffee lids.
Here's the breakdown. The crimes were committed on March 12th, 15th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 22nd, and 23rd.
He started at half the month, so he could have gotten to 13.
He went 12th and 15th every other day. Yeah. And then he hit it 3 days in a row, took 2 days off, and then hit it 2 more days in a row.
He hit
5 out of 6 days.
Hit it and wouldn't quit it. How are they not catching him, is what I'm saying.
Because they're not trying.
They're not trying.
That's how good business is for Dunkin' on the East Coast. They're like, it's a loss leader. It's fine.
Whatever. On the East Coast, man.
So he only got arrested at the end of all
this.
Yes.
Post 7.
Yes.
Okay. After the spree. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 7 times, shame on Dunkin'.
Fool me 13 times.
Shame on
the
Randy.
crimes committed 7 times in March were by the same person based on recovered surveillance footage. Police say Lopez used a key to enter after closing and used a register code to steal the money.
So
guess who used to work at Donut?
He used to work at Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, man, do you have that? If you check out, you got to give me that key. Oh, man. I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to get it to you next week.
But the 4th time, don't you just pay somebody $200 to sleep in the store that night?
Or
we're going to pay you $200. Just stay here all night. See what happens.
Clean out the register. Or put razor blades in the register.
Yeah, or stop leaving money.
The good news is that he has nothing to worry about with the other employees. Like, they clearly hate Dunkin' Donuts. They hate working at Dunkin' Donuts. They're like, I'm not getting involved with this shit. No. He keeps entering his own fucking employee code. Good. There's a paper trail. I'll just put it. I'll put it with the receipts.
This would be a really funny runner in Clerks. No, he comes in and steals every couple of days. You do anything about it? I'm not even supposed to be here.
Yeah. Damn. What do I care? True. It's not my place.
Right. They reported.
What's his name?
Austin Lopez.
Austin Lopez. Just put that on Austin's tab.
That's it, right? He's gonna.
The reported total taken during the burglaries. How much money to the closest $100 do you think
Nate's excited
he got? And you can go. I will tell you. You can go in halves. So you can go. I would say do
150.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. All right.
Do 51, 152, 250. Just put it in half.
How much did he take? Over 7 times?
7 times at Dunkin'.
$800.
Okay, $800.
Jay, what do you think? $450.
$450 from Jason Sklar.
$550.
$550. All right. The total money taken. 7 times robbing Dunkin'. Couldn't be easier. You had the key and the code.
Yep.
The amount of money he got for 7 robberies is $564.
Oh, geez. I was right there.
Oh, it is. So that's not even $100 a robbery.
Nope. That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work.
If you break it out to hours, money,
7 nights of work for $580.
$80 a shot.
Police used a list of past employees and compared it to the surveillance video to identify the suspect. That sounds pretty easy. On March 24th, police say patrol officer Javier Martinez and Kyle Keene, not Keenan, stayed inside the store after closing with members of the investigation division. They put everybody. I guess you robbed 7 times. They're going to all come down on you. And conducted a surveillance operation of the suspect and the business. They said they followed him.
What do they say when he comes in and they let him get in, and let him get in the register, and then he's literally closing up the register, and they're just like, "Hey, buddy."
That's literally it.
Or what? There has to be some.
You want a fritter?
There has to be some. Dan, I like you want a fritter, but there has to be some donut pun, donut related. You know,
Austin. There's a lot of holes in your strategy.
There you go.
You got a glazed look in your eye, Austin.
Powdered handed.
You just got
Austin,
creamed.
Maybe sprinkle out some of these robberies over a couple months.
You got depth.
This case is glazed. So police followed him from the Dunkin at 8:20 p.m. He was seen entering the store. Police said he had been fired from Dunkin store in February, but kept a key and was familiar with the register code. We'll do one more phone one before we get out of here on this. How old do you think Austin Lopez is? And that'll do it for this mini
How old
Friday
do you think he
episode
is?
of Mr. Ned Craig, our preferred
Austin Lopez is 17 years old.
17 years
Jay,
old.
how old is he? I was going young too, 21.
21.
I want to slide right in between you and say 19.
19. Austin Lopez. The man who
broke in 7 times.
7 times.
Kept the key.
Yeah, maybe get the key back, right?
Yeah. Right.
You fire somebody?
Yeah.
Can we have that key?
Or change the key. Change the lock.
key.
Change the lock.
Oh, yeah. Oh, damn it. I just realized I'm wrong. I don't think they're giving a key to a minor. Damn it. All right. Go ahead.
I haven't said it. Do you want to change?
You can change it. That's actually a really good point. Go ahead, change it, because I'm gonna change too.
Well, then I don't know if it's his key or if he stole the key. That could have been the
true.
first robbery.
That's true.
He stole the key.
Sure.
I'll stick with my first answer.
Okay.
17,
I'm gonna switch
though.
my. What'd you say? 21. I say 26.
Okay. Austin Lopez is 22 years old.
Very
Felt
good.
it.
All right, he definitely, Austin, considered himself a preferred customer, but there is only one preferred customer you guys have to check out, and that's Nate Craig. His special on All Things Comedy, allthingscomedy.com. You can listen to it if you're listening. If you're walking around and you just want to hear great stand-up, I'm sure you can get it on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your...
And I always say this, no matter where you live, when comedy comes back, the best comics that you like, hit up the clubs in your area on social media and tell them to bring those comics there, because that really matters.
Absolutely, dude.
Absolutely. And do him a favor. Watch the special. You'll thank us for recommending it to you. And, subscribe to his YouTube channel. Give it a positive comment. Hey, look, we as comics, we read these comments. They fuel us. If you like one particular bit, tell us. Tell us what you dig. This is a great way to support comedy. I love it when my friends give me great recommendations. We're handing it to you on a silver platter right now. Nate Craig, preferred customer. We're the Sklar Brothers. He's Daniel Van Kirk. Oh shit, we gotta get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Starburns Audio, a podcast network.